What's going on, everybody? How you doing on this fine Wednesday? Um, tell you what, as far as how we're doing here in Detroit, Michigan, we are doing absolutely fabulous. It is a beautiful day out. Too beautiful to be sitting in this studio, but things you got to do, right? I was out there earlier enjoying this gorgeous weather and enjoying what I could and getting ready for tonight. Music and Mayhem. Brandon, what's up, brother? Brandon, don't forget tonight, man. Tonight we got Music and Mayhem, and you know what time. Everyone knows what time when it comes to Music and Mayhem. Everyone knows what time any of our stuff comes on. When it comes to uh, our shows, the promptness, the dependability is you can count on me being 7 p.m. ish, pretty much every time. And I started that from the beginning, man. So hey, if it's working, like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, now if I go on at 7 o'clock, people are like, "What are you doing going on so early?" So, Brandon, hopefully we're going to see it tonight. Music and Mayhem. That's okay, man. Hey, you take care of you, Brandon. Love you, brother. You and hopefully Christy's feeling better. We sent lots of positive thoughts and prayers out to Christy and anyone else who needs it. You know what today is? Just such a good day, man. Had a really good workout this morning, and just getting focused on the next few days, the next few weeks. Definitely looking forward to May the 6th, which is my date that the doctor gave me to go back to work. And of course, got to get things straightened out at work first, but just to have that feels so damn good. And, the progress and not ever letting um, people don't ever let anyone tell you what you will and won't do in life. And you know what? That's like I said, that's up to God above and you. When you look in that mirror, you know what you decide. You decide, and God above will decide what you will and won't do. And just looking around, and I was looking at some old clips and old shows, and also some new clips that we were looking at as far as what we're posting that my brother Skylar Ray is taking care of. Him and OG, they do the IT stuff, all that little technical stuff with the computers and the keyboards, the stuff that I just absolutely can't stand. And just looking at some of the shows, looking at some of the clips and some of the things that were said. Lori, how you doing, Lori? Lori, sorry I didn't get a chance to get a hold of you earlier about coming on, but it's just been one of those mornings, one of those afternoons. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Um, but looking at some of the stuff and the stories from the past, I saw this one that really caught my eye. King Handsome, what's up, brother? We are still waiting. We were waiting. Um, hey, what do you mean I stood you up? Yesterday you stood me up because you didn't have red lipstick on, Lori. You look fine without your red lipstick on, but that's all right. That's all right. But King Handsome, man, we we've been waiting. 420. Everyone knows what 420 is, right? Not that. Well, that too. But 420 is we were waiting for little baby Woe to come into the world. So just waiting for some updates, brother, and wishing you and Jazz all the best and just waiting. Just waiting. I stood you up, King Handsome. Oh, let's not go there, brother. Let's not go there. So give us some updates on little baby Woe and how things are going, and we'll go that route. And but like I said, man, I was looking at uh, my daughter must be stubborn. Hey, that's all right, man. Nobody wants to be like everyone else. Who wants to be stubborn? Let baby Woe be stubborn. But jumping back to this one clip that I saw really caught my attention. It was this dude that was on, and this guy, um, we all have our moods and stuff like that. But this guy was so adamant about how, recovery and how it's just basically it's just like basically bullshit. And these shows, I mean, he was we all come across negative people in the world. And I swear to God, this guy was coming across. I swear, I thought it was a setup at first. I thought it was just, it's like this guy can't really have this outlook on life. He goes, "Yeah, good luck, with the addiction and all that. That will always rule because it's stronger. It's this, that, and everything else." I said, "My man, if anyone needed recovery, positively, strength, and motivation in my fight or war, it is you." And I go, "Why don't you, pop on, check out?" It was a Monday night. This was quite a while ago. I go, "Check out our show and just see what I'm talking about." And he again, man, all he talked about is, "Well, you got to understand how powerful addiction is." I go, "You don't have to freaking tell me or anyone in this amazing family how powerful addiction is. Pretty sure we all know." And so he came on and he was watching, and of course he was sitting there making little comments, message. Thank God he did it on Messenger, so I give him some credit. And the one thing I did is I pointed out all the positivity and everything else that was coming across and giving the praise and the strength and everything to recovery, to faith, to people in the family that were motivating and supporting each other and not sitting there saying, "Well, I doubt you're going to make it. Oh, I'm sure you're going to keep failing. And, maybe you'll get sober one day." I mean, this guy, I mean, he took every bit of patience that I had and then some. But that's all right, man. Um, hey, we're not for everybody. I get it. You know what? There's plenty of platforms out there, and you know what? If we're not for you, try the next one because someone is. And Calico, how you doing? Carol, Patty, Calico, I'm going to be seeing you soon. What is today? Today's Wednesday. I believe I'm on tomorrow. Am I on tomorrow with you and Kalisha? I believe it is. I think it's tomorrow. Before I start saying all the stuff that's wrong, I'll wait for Calico to set me straight. But family's everything, supports everything, motivation's everything. And like I told this guy, I said, you got to own it. You got to take control of your life and don't let your life control you. You're letting addiction dictate what you do, how you act, who you talk to, and all these things in such a negative way, man. And I saw a few other clips and posts, and it just got me thinking on, just our own actions and the negativity. And with this guy, you know, it was almost contagious. And and that's exactly what it is too, because I'm looking around not only at him and his comments, but just everything in life, man. You turn on the news, there is so much anger and negativity in our world. Um, it's sad. It really is. And it's going to take us all. It's going to take my fight, our war. It's going to take all of the amazing families and organizations and platforms out there coming together. Because if we don't, and if we think we can do this shit on our own, God bless you. Um, as I recall, there was something that I recall that we all thought we could do on our own, and we didn't do so well at that until we reached out for help. And I was the same way, man. I didn't need any help. I didn't need anybody's help. No one, I can do it. I don't need anybody. Well, I see how that worked out for me. It damn near killed me. Um, so yeah, you know what? We need each other. And I'm not too proud, man. I need all the help I can get, all the support and all the motivation. Because once you think that you've got everything licked and you don't need any help, man, look out, because that's addiction trying to sneak up on you. I'm not saying live your life paranoid. No, man, live your life happy, proud, sober, all of those wonderful things because you earned it. Um, but this whole thing, as far as just, I was thinking about this guy's words as I was kind of just replaying all the different things going on in my head that I heard about people just ripping on each other, man. People saying stuff about people, you know, I mean, not only people that don't like each other and admittedly so, and don't hide it, the fact, that, hey, listen, man, I can't stand this person. I don't care if it's on TV, social media, or what, or just someone in your life that you let it known. Hey, I can't stand that prick. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that if that's your feelings. But there's so much in this world that it's just, it's like a virus, man. It really is. And it's so easy to hate. It's so easy to, turn your back. It's so easy just to, take that route, man. I did it. Hell, it was easy for me in the past. I let alcohol, drugs, and everything else. I didn't need anything because I took care of that. And as far as those emotions and feelings, I didn't know what they were. That was something I had to learn, man, with being sober. I had to learn how to feel. I had to learn how to feel emotion, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I hope some people are, get what I'm saying. In the past, some of the things I did and said were so hurtful and mean, and I didn't care. I mean, it literally didn't bother me. And I'm not saying this to try to be a badass. I'm saying it because it freaking is disgusting that you could say things to people that you love knowing that it's hurtful and it doesn't bother you. Now, when I look back at some of the things that I did in my life, it's all of a sudden I get this terrible, terrible ache, not only in my heart, in my soul, throughout my body, just because I can't believe the things I did. Then I'm like, wow, so this is what it's like to have a conscience. This is what it's like to have guilt and remorse. This is what it's like. And I was kind of joking around with a buddy one time. I said, "Damn, boy," I said, "it was so much easier just to have a drink, do some drugs, and not give a shit. But this taking ownership of your life, um, there's a lot that goes with it, the good, bad, and the ugly, and it's not easy. Life is life. It's a journey. It's hard. It's tough, but it's so worth it, man. Especially when you look at the alternative. You know, we all know what it's like to get that phone call, and someone we love is no longer here. We know what it's like to get that phone call from someone who is in such a bad place. They're physically, emotionally, spiritually, just dying inside, and then going to jail. Just the constant, just downward spiral, and the last thing we need to do is spread that shit around. And that's what I saw this guy's clip. That's what it reminded me of. And then, just, we can't turn a blind eye, man. There's so much anger going around this world that it's up to us to change it. You know, for me, I can't change anyone else's feelings, how they feel about me, how they feel about my fight or war, how they feel about anyone else in our family. Um, we can discuss it. In the past, it was no big deal, man. It was like, oh, okay, this is how this conversation is going to go. It's going to get ugly, loud, confrontational, and fists are going to fly. Sometimes, guns are going to get drawn, knives are going to be pulled. And the scary part, man, for a lot of us, that was normal. That was freaking normal. But now let's take all that anger. Let's take all that, that negative energy, and let's flip it. Let's turn it into, instead of taking the easy way out and just being a total shithead and just saying these terrible things because it's easy to do, instead of working at being a better person. Well, I don't have to do that. I'll just avoid the situation. I'll just do this, do that, whatever it takes. No, man. Let's take that first step. on being the best person that we can be. We're no good to anybody unless we fix ourselves first. That's just the bottom line, man. Um, uh, I learned that. We all learn that in our own ways. You know, we're going to sit there and we've all know this lesson. We've all been told this before. You know, we've all been told what, all of us, Lori, Brandon, Bo, King Handsome, everyone that's in here right now have been told you need to do this. This is what you need to do to change. This is what you need to do to be happy. You know what? Sometimes I've always said it, man. Some of the people we love the most, um, our words are so powerful. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Our own words can be our best friend or our own worst enemy. And the last thing you want to do is set yourself up for failure by saying, man, I can't do that. No, I won't be able to do that. No, man, that's weakness. That's addiction. That's the old us talking. The new us, they were like, oh, hell yeah, I could do that. Well, what if you fail? I won't fail. What do you mean? How do you know you won't fail? The only way you will fail in life is if you give up or quit. And I'll be damned if I'm going to give up or quit. Um, there's a lot of us. We have our own ways of doing things. At My Fight Our War, you will never, ever, ever hear any of us tell you that this is the way to do it, and that's it. That if you don't do it My Fight our way, then you're going to lose, you're going to fail, you'll never be sober, you'll never hear those words from us. And if you hear them from anybody, man, God help you, because I don't want to be part of that ever. Um, when I started My Fight Our War, the first thing I said was, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I've never started a social media group. They made me say group when I started this thing. I immediately said family. I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. None. I have never, done anything as far as organizing anything like such as this. My own Facebook page back whatever years ago than I got it. Someone at work set it up for me because I was like, do what? Facebook, huh? What? And next thing you know, I got a page. So it's up to us. It's up to us to do things the best way we can. Uh, Here with me, I will always be me, and good, bad, or ugly. At least you know what you're getting. And the lessons I've learned that damn near killed me, I'll share them with everybody. I'll let you know, hey, this is what I did. This is why I'm still alive. Is that for everybody? No. And is this way for everybody? Like I've said many times, there is no one way when it comes to sobriety, recovery, happiness, life. I mean, and, it's not a cookie cutter approach, man. Do this and you're going to be happy. Good luck. You know, um, the life's a journey. We're going to be taking that journey. Every day of our life is going to hit us a different way. People are going to come and go in our lives. And for me, a lot of it is having faith. And for me, the hardest thing was not just saying the words, but believing in those words, believing that if I'm really believing what I say about my faith, there's times I got to let go. That saying, let go, let God, man. Even though I remember the first time when there was a situation, I knew I had to do it this way because this way was working. I was very unhappy for a while. Things changed, and I was on this path with these people doing these things. And, everything was great for a while. And then slowly but surely, things started to get a little rocky. And instead of changing, I was like, nope, I got to stay on this path. This is the one and only path that got me this far so far. And it slowly started to unravel, man. And I remember one night just sitting there like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything different, as far as bad or worse. I'm trying so hard to be better. What am I doing? But I was doing the same thing, thinking I was going to stay with getting the same results. And that's just not the case. So next thing you know, man, I had some people that I thought needed to be in my life. Bam, they're gone. And I was like, this isn't right. And then I was remembered faith. If you are going to say you have faith, then you better have faith. And I just remember letting go and just letting each day start to take on its own. And then me starting to roll with the punches instead of just taking the punches. And next thing you know, I'm meeting other people who are coming into my life with in New York and in Connecticut. Other people are coming on the show. All these other things that are happening, which if I would have stayed on that same path, I never would have met. And it was just like, okay, the path I was on, it's not that I was on the wrong one, but that path came to a point where I had to change. I had to go right, and I wanted to go straight. And he kind of said, no, man, you're going right. And since you don't want to, I'm putting up a roadblock right here. So you have to turn right. And I tell you what, it couldn't have been happier. So, Kalisha, there you go, Kalisha. I was just talking about you and Calico. And am I on your show? I don't have OG is not here in the studio yet for Music and Mayhem tonight, so I don't have the list, the schedule, and the calendar. So since you're here, Kalisha, um, did I see my calendar right? Is it tomorrow that I'm on? I know that I'm on one of these days with you and when Calico. So whenever you tell me, I will be there. I will be waiting. Did I see my calendar right? Are you hanging with me tomorrow? That's what it looks like to me. Then that's what it is. That's what I thought. Tomorrow, I know that we were discussing last night our schedule for tonight with Music and Mayhem. Yes, tomorrow. Cool. So I believe that's 8 p.m. Mountain. I think that's 10 o'clock Eastern. I think. There I go thinking again. Man, I should learn. But either way, definitely check us out tomorrow night on Pine Case Podcast with the one and only Kalisha and Calico, as they can only do it, man. Every time I see your podcast, it's just you light it up, man. I tell you what, you really do. You and Calico do such an amazing job. Every show is spot on. 10 p.m. Eastern time. I have the honor and privilege of being a guest with Kalisha and Calico tomorrow night. So please check us out and check out Kalisha and Calico anytime they're on, because I guarantee you, you are going to have one amazing experience because those two are just absolutely incredible. And the guests they have on you're on point. And so I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow, Kalisha. Definitely looking forward to tomorrow. And Marla, since you're popping on here, don't forget to check us out tomorrow. What else we got? Did I miss anything? While I was up here just yapping away. Hey, looking good. All right, Kalisha, I know you weren't talking to me because Kalisha's always looking good. Gotta bounce. Love you, Manny and family. Lori, you have a good day, and I will be talking to you soon. Um, Lori, I love this. I don't care if I can't stand them. I will help them. You know what, Lori? For a long time, man, when I first started doing this stuff, I it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, man. The thing is, help those, who have hurt you, forgive those who have done things to you, all these things. And I was just like, I kept trying to throw like a debate with God. It's like, all right, come. Well, what this person here? Come on, God, you got to give me some leeway here. This person's a total shithead, man. It's okay if I don't help this person, and I'll help two other more over here. It's like you can't negotiate. Here I am trying to have a chit chat, negotiate. Well, if I do this, can I do this instead? It doesn't quite work that way. Bo, how you doing, brother? Uh, Bo, I definitely check out the post and I see those horses and stuff. It's like I want to go riding, man. Want to go riding, but with this, my back and hip and shoulder and all that, I'm gonna try and make it, Manny. Okay, Marla. I'm not sure if you're talking about tomorrow. And there you go, Kalisha. Excuse me. Tomorrow night, and tonight, Marla, we will be on with the one and only Skylar Ray, who has been a guest with Kalisha and Calico before, and you'll just have to plant that mustard seed. And man, Brandon, I tell you what, brother, you're spot on. And the thing is, I remember when I first started doing these things, I remember saying a few times, "Well, you make it sound so easy," and it's really not because I was still so full of anger and just bitterness, man. I mean, just flat out anger, and I tried to, like to play it like, okay, I'm getting better, so it's like I could still be angry and still get to where I wanted to be. And it's like, no, you can't. You can't have both, man. You got to get on the right path because if you don't, it's going to catch up to you. And so, Brandon, where'd you go here? I want to put that up there. You're exactly right. And and it is that easy when once you believe in the words you're saying, and when it comes to the faith that you say you have, and I'm talking to myself right now because I played that game where it was like, I have to trust in my faith, believe in my God, believe in this, believe in that. And I kept saying it and over because the more I said it, the more I believed it, the more I was, trusting and listening. And up to the point where I was like, well, wait a minute. I'm saying the words, anyone can say the words, but it's like, do I really mean it? And it took a little heart to heart, man. And I basically was sitting there by myself and asking myself some very, serious, poignant questions, man. It's like, am I am I being serious, with myself? I'm sitting there and I'm doing all the things that I say I'm doing, but am I doing it the right way? Or am I just saying words and hoping that the words are enough? And if that's what you're doing, they're not enough. And words are just words until the actions and love and feelings and motivation are put into those words. And I found that out the hard way, man, because as I said, I try to do everything my way, thinking I don't need anybody. And man, I needed everybody. But more than that, I needed him. And so that's where we are. So, Brandon, thank you for that, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Um, But that's about it, man. I just wanted to pop on, say hi, and remind everyone about tonight with me and Skylar Ray. And please pop on with us. The more interaction, the better. I love it when people are coming on, and I always said to starting this whole journey in social media, I don't want to be like anyone else ever. I don't want. Well, one, I had no problem doing that because I was clueless, absolutely clueless about this whole thing. I mean, just from the beginning, when I started my 5-hour war, the most I ever did was, I would create a post, pretty simple, write a post, hit, hit post. Okay. Send it out there, and then reply, and then, go about your business. And as things started to grow, I just started to get this overwhelming feeling of this amazing family of ours, and how much it really meant, and how much it means, and how we're all in this together. That's like when I came up with the name, my fight, our war. I mean, I every time I say it, it means so much to me because it makes me think of all of you and how much I do care because it's my fight, but it's our war, ours, not my fight, my war. It's not me, it's us and we. That's what it's always been and always will be. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm going to make a short video after this and about seeds. You'll love it. You'll see it. Brandon, you do that, brother. And like I said, I just want to jump on real quick, say hi, and remind you guys about tonight. We will be going on right about 7-ish. In fact, I got a message from one of our family members, Sheila, and we're still celebrating Sheila's birthday month. And she sent the message. I think she's got some things going on, and it said something about, I hope it's still 7-ish or something about the ish, because she was going to be a little bit late. And I said, Sheila, just for you, we will still and always be ish when it comes to the time. But you guys have a good one, man. Enjoy what's left of this day. And don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. ish Eastern time. It'll be me, Skylar Ray, OG, Pound Cake, and Susie the Wonder Dog. And please come on, check us out, be part of the conversation, all comments, questions, and that's what it's all about. So until then, have a great time. And remember, guys, keep fighting a good fight.